TV mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. Ètò TV mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. Àjànà kú kọjá mórí nǹkan fèrè, bàbá rere káwí parí. BGI TV, we are the pace setter. Bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n station tí dòde.
Mo kí gbogbo ojú tó ń wò mí káàkiri ayé, mo kí wa lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà nínú ilé yìí, mo kí wa pa kú dédé àsìkò yìí, àsìkò bójú ọjọ́ ti rí ẹdẹ ọdún bí. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sí ètò orí ọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ ti tàárọ̀ yìí tí a gbé dé láti BGI TV, bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n. Ojú tẹ́ fi wò mí ò ní fọ́, etí tẹ́ sì fi gbọ́ mi ò ní di lágbára Olódùà ọba òkè. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ káalẹ́, ẹ wá nǹkan fìdílé tàbí ká fìdílé nǹkan kájá àjọjẹ̀ gbádùn ètò ọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ tòní. BGI TV lórí YouTube, tá à ń jẹ́ gbàgede ìmọ̀ with Aláwìyé Adébáyọ̀ lórí Facebook, à ń jẹ́ bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ TV lórí YouTube, bákan náà à ń jẹ́ gbàgede ìmọ̀ _22 lórí Instagram, à ń jẹ́ bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ lórí TikTok. Ẹ máa follow wa láwọn àyè yìí, kẹ́sì máa subscribe sí YouTube wa, ọ̀fẹ́ ní gbogbo ẹ̀, kò ná yín ní nǹkan kan. Ó yá, lónìí ìròyìn ayọ̀ kan ni mo fẹ́ mú wá. Ṣé ìròyìn ayọ̀ ní ṣá? Ṣùgbọ́n ìròyìn ni láti lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìjọba àwarawa tí à ń pè ní regional tí wọ́n sọ. Lóòótọ́ o, gbogbo Yorùbá ti yarí pé sẹ́ẹ̀ àfẹ́ lọ ni, Yorùbá nation la fẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n pínpín is pínpín. Yorùbá region tí wọ́n sọ ń pa èyí, region bí ẹni pé Yorùbá ti pín náà ni. Torí nínú region táwọn sọ ń pa èyí, region tí oníkálùkù máa ní autonomy láti lọ nígbà tó bá wù ní. Bàbá fi gba region tí a wá sọ pé ókè ó yá ace à ń lọ, bí yẹn bá kọ́ bọ́ sí inú wàhálà, bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ Yorùbá nation ló kọ́ bọ́ sí, kò sí wàhálà ń bẹ̀. Bàbá tó dìdí mú lẹ́tà yẹn lọ fún Tinubu, wọ́n wá ní èsì fún wa lé lórí kí náà bá bọ̀, kí ni Tinubu sọ, kí ni tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ kó ní kálukú wá tẹ́tí wa bẹ̀lẹ̀ jẹ́ ká dọgbọ́ kí ni bàbá yẹn gan sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ regional yẹn. Ìhàwó làwọn National Assembly àtàwọn tí wọ́n já láṣẹ ìhàwó ni wọ́n kọ sí. Kí ni ìdí tá a fi gbọ́ tí Yorùbá fi gbọ́dọ̀ pín, tá a fi gbọ́dọ̀ ní autonomy tiwa? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tá a fi ń pariwo pa fẹ́ pín? Gbogbo ẹ̀ ni bàbá yìí mẹ́nubà. Dáadáa wo la rí nígbà tá a ti pín rí tẹ́lẹ̀, tá a ti dá wà. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ni bàbá yìí mẹ́nubà. Mo fẹ́ ká jókòó ní pẹ̀tẹ́pẹ̀rẹ́, ibikíbi tẹ́ bá ti ń wò mí káàkiri ayé, ẹ fi ara balẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ lọ gbọ́rọ̀ lórí interview tí wọ́n ṣe fún bàbá yìí. Ó yá, ẹ jẹ́ a jọ débẹ̀.
We controlled it. We even had a house, Yoruba house, in London. Oh no, don't be in Nigeria embassy later. We were lending money to the federal. We controlled our ports. We were giving civil servants to some West African countries. So, a to be Yoruba nation now is that they took all these things from us. They took our autonomy from us. I bere full restructuring. I bere full derivation. I mean, the devolution of power. I bere full true federal system. And that created some confusion in the minds of our people. I only some will even not. You see how easily ni Bade to change Yoruko Elekan. In the old nation, nobody, some people would rather drop out. Nobody is saying that. It's not a crime, for instance, to say that we should go to what used to work for us. Now, let me, before I bring the next speaker in, let me also tell you, this is not new. We are not reinventing the wheel, although we can twitch it on and make it even more, at least better. Towards independence, at the 3 regions, yeah. Our forefathers, without any question, including the grandfather of those who are saying we are not going back, they met. Nigeria by independence. To take care of some minorities. Well, the country can be north, west, and east. But in between those things, there are some minorities. They now agree that the country will be split into, we will split the country into 3, into 3 northern regions and 3 southern regions. That was the agreement. The colonialists now said, if we are going to do that, then we will delay independence because we will want those new regions to take off and stabilize. That one is like, no. I want to create our region. I create it for our. And after independence, the only region that came was the West, and for political reasons. The 2 major ethnic groups gathered them together and then decided to decimate and then deal with Awarawa or deal with the West. Midwest, it came in. The Midwest will now say, it came from plebiscite, we came from the, yeah, we were not opposed to that, but the middle belt that was supposed to come up in the north and some other things in the north never materialized. And then since then, one north. We are the same. We are not. The north is not the same. We know that. But for political experiences, they decided that this is what is going to be. Now, in Konto, power independence here. And after independence, even the 3 regions that later became 4, the soldiers came in 1966, and with just decree like that, they abolished the federal system, they abolished the regions. And then things will come from Lagos. Lagos was the capital then. And here we are, more than 6 decades after that. Our development stopped. The West, that was the pace setter, became just another place, to the extent that most of our cities are now being populated by those who could not manage, who actually caused the problem. They were coming to us, taking our areas. So there is no, why am I saying this? I'm trying to tell us that if you are one of the people saying restructuring, you are right. Here among us is the same thing. If it is true federal system, which was what we were practicing under this, you are in the right place. If you are the people that are one of those that say, well, we want Nigerian nation now, we are, but that is not what we are saying. We are saying, let us go back. Let's go back to what has worked for us. Let's go back to where our clock of development stopped and it's starting from there. Thank you very much. And the next, having said that, Dr. Paponda will walk us through some of the things, some of the papers. Some of those papers have been actually printed I mean, they have been posted on the platform. But to enjoy it, even to read mine, I had to go and print them out. If you have a printer, print them out, stay with it, study it. That would be the forerunners of our discussions everywhere we go to. Thank you very much. Dr. Fakunde, are you there?
I'm there, sir.
Yeah.
Will I proceed?
Yes, please.
Okay. My dear brethren at home and across the world, I salute everybody, and I thank all of you for coming to this event. This event will kickstart something fundamental if we take it seriously. And I believe we will take it seriously. As my brother has said, we have been on this for years. In the last 3 years, we have been saying same things. I chose to put my remarks in writing for this occasion. It's already shared on the screen. What is there essentially is what my uncle Banji Ayiloge has already said. The paper that you have, I have many documents, as he said, on the platform. I would like to appeal that all of us, we should try to read small slogans, small soundbites doesn't make us to form a coherent opinion. We need to read. Ideas are just have to be formalized. In those days, when we were in HSC or secondary school, you read and make comments on the margin, you raise questions, you read over again, you appreciate the issue being raised, you put it in your own mind, in your own language, then you assimilate. Now, I won't like to talk too long this night. I'll put all my ideas on paper. So in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 days, I would like to create the journey of everybody to read all the papers that I've posted. I've actually stressed myself in the last 1 week to put all these ideas on paper, because talk is so cheap. So where are we as Yorubas? We want our own nation, or we want to align with how Nigeria will evolve and evolve with it. But we don't even evolve with it. We'll set the pace, we move. We are used to being pace setters. So we'll set the pace and we drag everybody else along with us. That is the reason why we want to form this Western region of Nigeria movement. We'll be the first to form it. And in the next 1 or 2 months, if you do it well, Nigeria will know that the Yorubas have come again, like the way it was in the 50s. We will drag Nigeria along, and they cannot stop us. In fact, we have been stopping ourselves. Nobody is stopping us. But we're just talking, lamenting. After Fulani, this. Who can stop us? Nobody, if you know what you are doing. So this paper that I have on the screen just highlights how we are in Nigeria with our brethren in the East. They don't really like us, but we don't hate them either. Because if you think about it, what a temerity to think that you can take over Western region as premier in 1952. You are a guest, and you really had it in your own mind that you become premier over all Yorubas in 1952. The fact that
Network problem.
If it came to the Igbos, is very good person. They do. We are just mere guests. So, and the Northerners, because we are Muslims like them, they use that religious connection. But Yorubas will not lead in a mosque where Fulanis are. They will not allow it. I live in the north. Anyway, let me not dwell on that too much. The bottom line of this paper is that we have three tendencies in our society, Yoruba society. One group have been calling for Yoruba nation, Yoruba nation, Yoruba nation as a slogan. Beyond shouting it or sending your WhatsApp post, what else? Nothing. Second tendency, at home, we have been making speeches, editorial in Punch, in The Guardian, begging and pleading for restructuring. Who is listening? Nobody. The third tendency, Nigerian Yoruba politicians, they want to join mainstream and be in Abuja and be part of the contracts, part of sharing the booty of Niger Delta. That's the third group of Yorubas. And those are the greatest obstacle. They are the one who doesn't want it because, you must understand, many of them sold their house to run for election. And they want to recoup their money. So they don't want to listen to say, this. Now they want to recoup their money and they want to continue relevant in the next election. So what are the options that we have? We can be romanticizing, we love Yoruba nation, we want to be on our own and all that. But we'll say that eternity. To do that means you have to declare unilateral action. And we know what happened to Biafra if you declare unilateral action. We are too wise, we are too learned to just declare that we are now free from United Nations organization, then land in Ibadan and take over secretariat. Or how do you want to do it? In fact, the Igbos are waiting for us to do that. They will gang up with all others to fight us. We can't do that. The other option is for us to work towards asserting our rights within Nigeria. Nobody is going to stop us unless ourselves. So I believe in that option. That's why the proposal is on for all of us to consider to form a Western region of Nigeria movement, a movement that has objectives, that has plans, that have goals. And we can do that with all legality and with all sense of seriousness. It's like you are living, you are a family. You are sending all your children to school. Your neighbor is sleeping, is doing party. Let him be doing that now. He will see that your children are all making it over some time. You work on your own. Nothing is stopping us in Yoruba from doing what we want to do. This movement, I want to appeal that all of us who are here, we are now 46. This is even too large. When Awarawa called for action group, only about 7 to 9 people showed up. Only 7 to 9 people showed up. And action group became a movement, became a political party. Honestly, I can't believe it that somebody in 1954 will conceive Cocoa House when people are living in thatched houses and was able to project it out. People are living in rural area and he was able to bring good policies and people were able to embrace it. So let's far back to 51, 52. We were all in the bush. Awolowo came with a vision to transform our society. And he worked only till 1962 and stopped. That's our challenge. So nobody is stopping us. I put there many. Okay, we like to eat meat a lot. We like to eat meat. So who is stopping us from raising cows? Who is stopping us? And Awarawa tried it in the 50s. We abandoned it. So what's stopping us from raising cows? But our governors now, Adegbeshola, Fayemi, Abiodun, they are building airports. They are building airports. They are now setting up cattle ranches. Who is stopping us? Nobody. The road between Ibadan and Ilesha is the worst in the world. The one between Ibadan, between Abeokuta and Ibadan is the same. What is federal road? Is federal government suffering on the road? Why do we accept to be suffering because federal government is in Abuja? Why? Why? All the lorries that going to the east, going to the north, wheeler trucks. What's wrong with wheels? Passing through tankers, passing through lorries, luxury buses. Why can't we charge a special transit fees to balance to raise money? So there are many things that I put there. Who's stopping us from having our own jam? The North has IJMB since the 70s to enter ABU. They don't use WAEC. They started NECO when they know WAEC was too rigorous. Nobody stopped them from starting IJMB in the North. So why allow our own children to be given, to be asked to score 300 marks, while some children are scoring 100 and they are entering universities? Why? Why? Why are we doing that? Why don't we have our own driver licenses? Why can't we have our own vehicle inspection departments? Why not? Why can't we have our own ID system to know who we are? So there are so many things that we can do as Western region without declaring secession, without saying we are a nation. No, we will be a nation in practice and in understanding, not just in mouth. That is the thesis that I'm trying to promote today in this meeting. Okay, not to start, so I can give room for questions. I have produced 2 documents. It's on the platform of the Western Region of Nigeria movement. The first document is fundamentals of what the movement should do. Please take it and read it. It's just about 7 or 8 pages. It's like outline form. What are we supposed to do? Why are we going to be set up? What is our objectives? What are action plan? Is in that document. Second document, which you already have, is the blueprint. It's almost 60 pages.
Yeah.
That says, what are we going to be doing step by step? We have to have committees that will take charge of many things, which in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 9 months, in the next 1 year, the country will know that the Yorubas have come. They know the Yorubas have come. Please read that document, study it, and correct it, because it's my, in fact, I'm not a document over. I just drafted it and posted it. If I go over it again, I will have more ideas to add if I go over again. So we want Western region of Nigeria movement as an initiative. From this day onward, let us embrace this idea. I'm just your servant. And we are going to have leaders of the movement. Let all of us be ready to lead. Let all of us be ready to contribute. Nobody is going to be, we are all intellectuals and we are all gifted. Let's put our intellect to use. So having done that, let me just briefly now talk about how this idea came about. I produced an 18-page document about 3-4 weeks ago. I didn't intend to do it at all, to be honest. I was on television. I saw that President Tinubu already approved national anthem. My brain just started working into overdrive. I never knew what is on their mind. I just saw the brand to national anthem, Nigeria will LD. Then I said, maybe they want to really do something serious. So let me test them. Roll back to 1978, 1966. Let's roll back to 1963 then. But I did not put 1963 there so that I will not antagonize some people. So I produced that 18-page document. Secondly, I know Buhari said he doesn't know what restructuring means. He said so. People say, what's restructuring? What is this? What is fiscal federalism? Okay. I put a document. This is one flavor of a true federal system. And I shared it on about 2 or 3 platforms. I never knew this thing would just get traction. I never knew. I decided not to put Afenifere, which I'm director there. I decided not to put Voice of Reason, which I'm a member. I decided not to put Eminent Elders Forum, which I'm a member. I decided to answer my own father's name. I just put the document forward. And the document has gained traction. What are the elements in the document? Let me just go over it briefly. We're supposed to have a federal system with 2 tiers. Each tier must have its own constitution. Not the one we have now, where we have one document covers everything. That is wrong. So 2-tier federal system. Then, in the experience of the monetized polity now, where you need 100 million to buy from, we cannot afford the way we are running presidential system. It's very wasteful. In fact, if we do it in 2027, to be asking for 200 million for form, because there is now Naira devaluation. Maybe you need 1 billion to run for president in 2027. Maybe. Because Coke now is 400 Naira in Nigeria. Bottled water is 500 Naira. That we used to buy 17 Naira before. So then I propose regional equality. So as to kill the fraud in census. They not believe there are 100 million, 200 million is fake. Okay, let's remove population. Let's have fewer regions. Let each region be equal. So no need to lie about population again. It's also there. Then exclusive list. There are 68 items. I proposed only 12. About 18 concurrent, the rest is residual. I'm just talking about the features of the document that I circulated, 18 pages. Novel of it is that corruption is killing us in Nigeria. We must adopt the French system where you are guilty until proven innocent. Not when you are supposed to be innocent until proved guilty. And I put a clause there. Not that you'll be asked to be guilty immediately, no. A court of law must listen to the prosecution and agree that you have a prima facie case to answer. From that day, you have 60 days to prove that you are innocent. Otherwise, you go to prison. You know whether I made myself clear in that respect. You are taken before a court of law for breach of trust or corruption. The process will be that Constitution will put the case before the court, and the court will determine that you have a case to answer. From that date, onus is on you within 60 days to prove that you are innocent. Or the court will now confirm that you actually have a case to answer, and they will pronounce judgment. It's a novel. The corruption is too much. It's too much. Too much. So, minorities, another thing in the map. Nigerian states now is full of so-called injustice. We sat down with mostly middle belters, especially, and I learned a lot that Southern Borno, they don't have any chance to become anything in Borno State. Southern Yobe, they don't have any chance to become anything in Yobe State. Southern Bauchi, Awarawa local government area, they are slaves in Bauchi. Of course, we know Southern Kaduna. Southern Kaduna, they are oppressed in Kaduna State. Zulu area of Kebbi State. We did all these things. They don't belong to the Northeast zone or Northwest zone at all. So we drew a map that takes all these oppressed minorities into their own region, and it's gaining traction. It's gaining traction. They are buying into it. I can assure you that. I will report on that subsequent meeting. Let me not waste time today. So I want to round up now. I appreciate the chance to speak to a big audience like this. This is the cream of the Yoruba society in Nigeria and overseas. We don't get it more than this. We don't get it better than this. If not us, who? Nobody else. It is us that we are here. That we have to, from this point onwards, decide that we want to really propagate this movement to restore our self-determination rights within Nigeria. And we are going to have many program activities to show for it. We will drag Nigeria along with us if we are truly serious. So that is my message to all of us today. Finally, I thank everybody. I thank my brother Banji Ajiloge for agreeing to moderate and chair this meeting. And I'm done. I'm ready for questions or comments.
Yes, thank you. Dr. Fakonde, I was listening to one channel, an Igbo channel. The Yorubas now have been vilified because of that map. They said these Yoruba people, they said they want to return to region. And then they created the region and took some of the area that should have been part of Igbo land. They gave it to, I was waiting to see if I could actually give those areas to Yoruba, but they didn't say that. They said he gave it to some other people, but it should be in Yoruba land. And I said, look at these fools. Instead of sitting down, you are sat your own. The document itself is a proposal. Do you know anything about it? Do you guys know anything? That's just on the lighter. They said that, look, it's been noticed. All these documents have been noticed. The ball is in our court now. Like I said, I'm heartened by the quality of people that are here. When Dr. Fakonde started, we said we are 46, 52. And I know a lot of people perhaps were trying to charge their phone or because of network, they can't get in from Nigeria. However, Our responsibility, first of all, like I've always said, is to organize. We now need to organize as never before. I keep saying it because within 3 months to 6 months, we can take this to the highest echelon in the land and try to make something out of it. But we need to organize. That is why I want to also remind those of you who are joining the platform. The platform is a way to take those of us who are interested and put them on a register. We want to know your name. Your phone numbers are there. Please don't join with something like Spirit or Praise God. That doesn't do anything, because by the time we translate that into the actual register, which we are still going to open, they go on the web where we can manage it, will be on the cloud, where we can manage all this information and be able to quickly reach you. Your name may be omitted. So that is why there is nothing illegal in what we are doing. Nothing. It is. We are not saying, yeah, we want to, there's no secession. Even if you want to secede, poison it doesn't make it. But this one is clear advocacy for reform, like Dr. Fafunda said. So we will welcome questions and short comments. You are limited to 2 minutes on your comments. Once it comes, I'll let you know. There is F.A. Ade or Fa.
Yes, sir. I'm here, F.A. Ade.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Eshi. Orúkọ mi ni Fatai Adeshiji. Mo ń pè láti Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Nígbà tí mo gbogbo list àtàwà níbí, mo rí Adéyínká, mo rí Ọmọọba, mo rí Olúwakẹ́mi, mo rí Títílọlá, Samuel Balógun. Mi ò rẹ́ni kankan tó ń jẹ́ Chinedu àbí tó ń jẹ́ Malam Abubakar tí ò gbọ́ Yorùbá. Ìyẹn ní èjì. Ṣé rí ibi tí nǹkan tí yẹ kó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni pé we should have to ká lọ sí basis tá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Gbogbo òyìnbó tí bàbá yẹn sọ látẹ̀kọ́ yẹn, tó bá lè ṣe ní pé ká máa sọ ní Yorùbá. Ṣé rí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ní nǹkan láyé yìí? Ibi tẹ́ ti mú wá yìí, ẹ ti ṣiṣẹ́ gan o. Ṣùgbọ́n we have to ẹyẹ ká lọ sí láti bá tó ti máa yé èmi àtẹ̀yìn ni. So òyìnbó tá à ń sọ bí ti pọ̀ jù. Ẹ ká ṣèdè wa, ìyẹn ni mo suggest ní o. Èjì. A bá fẹ́ ṣe region, a fẹ́ ṣe major ìgbà tẹ́sọ nípa action group. Action group àti wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ practically ni wọ́n ń ṣe nǹkan fún ìlú. Wọ́n ń ṣe nǹkan fún àwọn ará. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mú Èkó àbí ká mú Ọ̀yọ́ àbí ká lọ ṣe school síbẹ̀, ká náwó síbẹ̀, á lówó lọ́wọ́. Tá a bá ń ṣe, wọ́n á wá bá wa. Tá a bá kàn fẹnu sọ́bà à ń sóyìnbó, à ń sẹ́pà ṣe meeting. Action group ò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o. Wọ́n ṣe Cocoa House. Wọ́n dáwó wọ́n ṣe Cocoa House. Àwọn náà bá gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe kankan tó yẹ pọ́n á rí pé yes, movement lélẹ́yìí. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi nìyẹn o. Ká jẹ́ ká ṣe nǹkan tó wà practical. Tó dà pé wọ́n á rí ìrún adẹ̀ láwọn tó ń lówó tó ń lè ṣe conviction Tinubu gan àdáwó fún wa ká máa fi ṣe. Àwa làwọn tá à ń lọ. Nǹkan mèrè táwọn ò lè ṣe yẹn ká máa ṣe. Kẹwàá náà ní tẹ̀lé wa. Ọ̀rọ̀ méjì bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ ṣe.
Thank you, Fatai. A ṣe é ṣe fún ẹ. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, we are not going to limit people to Yoruba or English. English is still a new ground franca níbi táwa. Ẹni tó bá rọ̀ lọ́rùn láti sọ èdè wa kó sọ. Ẹni bá mọ àmúlùmálà sọ kó sọ. But ẹni tó bá fẹ́ sọ òyìnbó náà is also welcome. Can you imagine gbogbo eléyìí tí mo print lára kìíní tí lára nǹkan tí Dr. Fafunda sọ? It's about I have almost about 52 pages here. Kó jẹ́ Yorùbá ló try láti translate ẹ̀ sí.
Ó ṣe é ṣe. Àwọn Igbo máa ń ṣe, Hausa ń ṣe.
Nísòro, my friend, nísòro. Àwọn Igbo kọ́ la fẹ́ copy bí. Even action group tó ń sọ yìí. When Awarawa started, he was traversing the whole of the Western Region. Kò tí ì sọ́nà báyìí. Ló ń travel kiri tó ń fi ṣe ara ẹ̀ lẹ̀. I'm sure pé tó bá dọ́dọ̀ ẹni tó jẹ́ Yorùbá nìkan ló gbọ́ á sọ, tó bá dọ́dọ̀ àwọn Rotimi Williams àwọn kìíní á sọ òyìnbó ń bẹ̀. Ẹ ní sùúrù, ẹ má jẹ́ kí a put the cart before the horse. Let's concentrate on what is actually necessary to organize. We've said it. A fẹ́ organize ara wa, ká organize the movement and take it to the next step. It doesn't matter what you say. Àwa wọ́n ní ají ṣe bí Yorùbá láàrin Yorùbá ò ṣe bí ẹnìkan, fẹ́ ṣe bí Ìgbò bí. Ẹ ṣeun. Fọlá Jogún Olúwàjànà, Dr. Olúwàjànà, I see your hand up. Okay, only 2 people are raising. Dípò Akíṣíkù ni mo rọ́wọ́.
No, it's my hand before. It's my hand before me.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Dr. Olúwàjànà.
Okay, echo share. Observation méjì mo ní. First one, a ti mention ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Àwọn kan ṣì wà bí tó yẹ tó wọn forúkọ wọn sí. Samsung SMT, and then iPhone 2 àti Yorùbá Kingdom TV. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ àti sọ́lá ẹ jẹ́ ká forúkọ bàbá wa sí. Ìkejì tí mo notice náà pé bí ẹnì àkọ́kọ́ ṣe sọ, orúkọ Yorùbá ni gbogbo wa tá wà ń bí tá ń jẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹnìkan jẹ́ Pascal Chimeze tó ti comment on the chat pé ó súnmọ́ nǹkan tí Ayílóge tí Bánjí sọ yẹn pé Dr. Faponda pín a part of Igbo nation. So báwo ni Pascal Chimeze ti ṣe dé orí platform yìí? Nǹkan méjì tí mo observe nìyẹn.
Ṣe mọ̀ pé when you are mobilizing, restricting, this thing went viral everywhere. Platform to visit. It's easy to these are public. This is a public meeting. No, laugh is so pé kóníkálukú register orúkọ ara ẹ̀. Chinedu àbí nǹkan kan yẹn ń sìn tó bá dìgbà tá a fẹ́ ṣe meeting proper. It's not going to be televised to everybody. This is eléyìí bíi pé kí ẹranko ilé gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko. Òun là ń ṣe. Kí Chinedu lají ẹ̀ lẹ̀ dáadáa. Wá these are all proposals on our own.
Can I say something, sir? Can I say something, sir?
Jẹ́ kí n parí nǹkan tí mò ń sọ. Ta ló sọ̀rọ̀? Jẹ́ kí n parí náà.
Pascal ló ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Pascal Chimeze. Tí bá sọ̀rọ̀ tán ẹ jẹ́ kó sọ tiẹ̀. Bóyá ó gbọ́ Yorùbá, bóyá ó rí bí bọ̀bọ̀ tó rọ̀ fún kinní lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn tó jẹ́ ìyá ẹ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ wa ló ti wá. Pascal kí ló ní sọ? Ṣé ó gbọ́ Yorùbá ni? Go ahead, Pascal. Mo ti rí sọ́ọ̀tì ní Yorùbá ni. Mo ti rí sọ́ọ̀tì ní Yorùbá ni.
Yorùbá ni ẹ́? Yorùbá ni bàbá. Mo ti rí sọ́ọ̀tì ní.
Kí ló wá ṣe jẹ́ Pascal Chinedu tó bá jẹ́ Yorùbá?
No, Pastor Kini ò sọ̀rọ̀, is even muted. Mi rò pé Professor Ojo ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
Oh, okay, Professor Ojo. Mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé Yorùbá ẹ̀ náà ń dùn ju ti.
Pascal, mo ní mo ti wo Pascal yẹn technically Yorùbá ni.
Ẹ ti ẹ̀ fílẹ̀ ẹ máa gbọ́. Láwo ẹ̀wà bí òjé po ajẹ́yọ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń sọ bí the beauty of what we are doing. Bausa, look, in those days, nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá movement in the early 90s, tá a ṣe Yorùbá autonomy, kí ni a ti ń pè nígbà yẹn, Yorùbá position. Gbogbo àwọn èèyàn pariwo máa ń gbé Yorùbá ẹnu yín òkò gbogbo ẹyẹ. Àwa discover pé gbogbo Yorùbá ìgangan ni ẹni tá a kọ tiẹ̀ lóyìnbó, èyí tá a kọ tiẹ̀ lánàgó, èyí tá a kọ tiẹ̀ ní gbogbo kan àwa papọ̀ a pè ní Yorùbá position. That látìgbà yẹn kò sẹ́ni tó sọ mọ́ pé Yorùbá ò lájẹ́ndà. Títí tó fi ṣe conference national conference lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn kò sẹ́ni tó sọ pé kò sí Yorùbá mọ́ tàbí kò sí Yorùbá agenda. What I'm saying is this. Ara nǹkan tá a dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn gbà tá a compile Yorùbá position yìí wípé yọ Yorùbá kúrò nínú position yẹn kò fi Fúlàní sí, kò fa Haúsá sí, ó relevant fún wọn bàjẹ́. Gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí, ṣé kò relevant fún wọn ni? Tí Ìgbò bá gbọ́ tó gbé nǹkan tí gbogbo dọ́kúmẹ̀ntì kó yọ Yorùbá kúrò mọ́ ẹ̀ kó fi Ìgbò sí, ṣé kò relevant? Ẹ wò náà tẹ̀tí ẹ wò independently. They will be able to control their own destiny. Ṣé táwọn tó wá láti Ògònì àwọn ìjọ tó bá yọ Yorùbá kúrò nínú document tó wà níbẹ̀ yìí, is it not relevant to, is it even relevant to them that they are shouting pé àwọn yòókù ń gba epo wọn? So ẹ má jẹ́ ká lo sentiment àwọn kan wọlé kí la fẹ́ sọ sí àpààyàn àdójú ìjọba kalẹ̀ aláfẹ́ afẹ́ jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ wa a dẹ̀ fẹ́ padà sí nǹkan tó ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa in the past. Our other agreements to independence and beyond, we want to reassert it. During those periods, we had tremendous achievement and development. And now, since they abrogated it unilaterally without even consulting us, our development stuff, we want to kickstart it from there. What could be wrong with that? It's not against the law to say, look, I don't understand, I don't want to continue this way. So, ẹ má jẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ wo bí tẹ́ bá tiẹ̀ rí Muhammad Buhari àbí kọ̀kọ̀ tó wọlé ẹ fi lẹ̀ kó máa gbọ́. Now, who is next? Dípò Akínṣídù.
Yeah, please, sir, if you will permit me, can I just make quick interjection there? I'm sorry. Good evening. Pascal? Yeah, yes, that's Pascal Chime is there. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. I just I send my goodwill to this gathering. This is an auspicious gathering. I am in full support of this meeting. Of course, there is absolutely nothing illegal in what we are doing. This is democracy. I am an apostle of restructuring of this federation. We have been singing this for ages, and my children will come and start saying this. We are saying this. We know where we have derailed, and it is time we go back where we are coming from. Of course, that this is a Western regional platform to discuss this issue, but of course, you know that both the East and the West, it is the same afflictions we are suffering in Nigeria. Yeah. There is nowhere the Western nation, where the Western states will, be talking of how they can articulate this position without reaching out to the East. And the East will also reach out to the Middle Belt, to the, thank you that Mr. Fakunda said that he had done his research and found out what peculiar circumstances of the Southern Borno state and those in Kaduna and those in other places. So in Nigeria, we know those that the cabal that have held us down. Please, I want this meeting, I want to make one specific request. Thank God that we have President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He was one of us. I say he was because I don't know his stand now. I asked the question there, why is it that some of us who were activists and agitating for a better future for Nigeria, once they get to government, you don't know where they are. You don't know what they stand. So this is the time our president should take up the lead so that we don't continue to sing this song forever. Let us gather right now and decide the fate of Nigeria for the sake of our children's future. I send my goodwill, and I mean no harm. In fact, I'm a friend of Yoruba Nation because I'm in Yoruba. I'm right here in Lagos. Thank you, and God bless everyone.
Thank you, Pascal. But before you go, I don't suppose you want to go. I assume you are a Christian.
Yes, indeed, I am.
Right. Whatever we've had you done in Capernaum, come over to your own city and do it. But I want to reverse that message a little bit. Whatever you had here tonight, go to your own community and start it. That is the best way to do it. Look, I know Tinubu very well. President Tinubu is a very known person to me. But there is something you also have to know. Once you are in government of Nigeria, you listen to nearly 350 other ethnic nations, representatives of them, because you want to win an election. And so when Pascal talks to me, Akin will walk in, Deepo will walk in, Hazan will walk in, and then there is a tendency to say, well, look, even if you want to take a bold step, you don't see anything out there to compel that. We have started ours in the West. Go to the East or tell the people from the East to start theirs. We will be reaching out to those in the Middle Belt, tell them to start theirs. When the whole country seems to be looking or working something, it's not difficult to achieve. But when you start whispering to the ears of the president alone, it doesn't, I mean, look at Kenya. Those Kenya youths were not writing letters. They were not writing love letters. So please, don't let us get everything mixed up. If we can easily walk in and whisper to the president of Nigeria to do this, you think we'll be wasting our time and energy here? No. Action is what you need to do. Ignite this little fire that we are lighting here. Take it to your region. Let them start it. Those of us who know people in the south region, we will let them know you are better off. Everywhere in the Nigeria, within the next 3 months, is every region saying if Tinubu has no choice. Teba Kishine Dutola Efun Komunda Nicola is set up in East. So those are the things that we keep saying. Now, any meeting, of course, Garu Kabai Komasi movement. We call this is a movement. This is not a flat motive sorry, platform here. This is not a platform. Share video. No. This is a movement. Tó bá yá òun la fi sọ pé nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ bóyá àwọn kan late. Mo ní make sure you register. The platform, the WebThought platform is only used to, for registration, initial registration. Most of our website, most of our having something in the cloud. Some of these documents, some of your registration may be in the cloud. Some, we may actually have state branches or even local government branches. We are wasting time. Look at the generations being wasted by staying in Nigeria under this circumstance. Most of the keynote address, most of money, the clock of development was stopped with the abolition of regional government. Ibiti moti kọ́kọ́ sọ ẹnìyẹn sọ pé ṣebí kán lọ wo state capitals. What call government houses? Government houses, what is it doing? You create all these bureaucracies and political offices to enrich the politicians. Politicians do civil service. Now they are asking for 450,000 minimum wage, which you cannot pay. But there is no development. Omiwa ni Akure, Ijare. By 1960-65, Omi pipe-borne water. Owa ni Ijare. By 1959, Owa Akure. Today there is no pipe-borne water. Yet there is a ministry of works, water works or something. There is none. Share development in here. You could enjoy electricity better in the 60s than in the 60 years later. There is no energy or burning generator. Your children are fleeing from Nigeria, from home to go to serve somewhere. Láyé àtijọ́, àwọn òyìnbó wá fi ọkọ̀ ojú omi, wọ́n wá fi kó wa lẹ́rú ni. Nsìn àwa ló wá owó tàbí wọkọ̀ lọ bá wọn.
Yes, one kind of Oladejo's hand is up.
So look, these are not development. Àwọn tó wà lórí ọsàn tó wà lórí ọsàn tó ń mu eléyìí tó dáa lọ́sàn yẹn ló sọ pé development ni. Àwọn ẹni tó ń ṣe gómìnà ní gbogbo bẹ̀rẹ̀ development ni. Èmi ti ra Rolls Royce, èmi ra Mercedes, ó keep it. There was one I was looking at, they got 80 S-Class Mercedes. Tó bá mú yẹn dé state kan, a ṣe omi, a ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. We didn't have development. We just have all these mighty houses from corrupt practices. But I don't want to waste your time on it. What I want you to understand is that this movement has come to stay, and there are some people to work in the engine room here, and we will let you know. Majority of these meetings are for public mobilization. Please, we will get in touch with you. I'm not to be able, I can call you anytime if I want something to get from you. Same thing with Dr. Papula. He's working. He hardly sleep.
Before we go tonight, can
so we need public meeting. I want Yoruba to public. These public meetings are for awareness. You may be tapped according to your expertise and what you know. That's why we say you should register. And then you will work for us. That is how to build an organization, not all these public meetings. It's not. People are working. So on that note, if there is anybody, I don't want people to say, well, me. We can easily round up
before we go, can Dr. Faponda actually tell people present here tonight the extent to which he has gone? I know he has reached out to other regions. He's not sitting idle. He has reached out to quite a number of high-profile people. Is it possible for him to address that, or is not?
I don't even think those are necessary right now. I mean, we have said it earlier that anybody, Mr. Akishiku, even Chinedu, everybody should go and reach out to whoever or they can reach out. And I've also said that the idea of Western Nigerian government, like we said, could easily transform to other things. There is no need for those nitty-gritty things. Let us go and build a movement. When we build a movement, we can move forward from there. And then this meeting, somebody said, is this the first meeting? Is this the next meeting? Yeah, we will call meeting as needed. For instance, like I said, there are people who are working behind the scene. And if they feel we need to, we will have a meeting. In fact, those of you here can actually go to your platform, have a meeting. Arupoire has a blog and a lot of followers. You can have a show like this and bring any of you there to talk eloquently. It doesn't have to be Faponda alone. It can be any of you. Let's do what has worked for. Even Jesus Christ sent 70 disciples outside at a point, apart from the 12. But there was 70 disciples sent out by this. At the point we were 52 of 6. So let's send the 56 outside, go and talk. Then we will have another meeting when it's necessary. These meetings are public awareness meetings. But and we will tap on the expertise of all of you.
BGI TV yìí mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ tí ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. BGI TV mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ tí ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. Àjànàkú kọjá mórí nǹkan fèrè, bàbá rere káwí parí. BGI TV, we are the pace setters. Bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n station tí dòde.